Okay, hi. Here we go again. So, what are we doing today? We're going off to Smith's Garden Centre in Uxbridge, initially. And up there, we're meeting some guys from the Middlesex Advanced Riding School, MAM. It's a branch of the Institute for Advanced Motoring. Middlesex Advanced Motoring, but they're actually riders. Going on my first scheduled observed ride. I went previously on one ad hoc observed ride, and as I say, this is the first one that is scheduled. So need to be there at 8:30 for coffee and a briefing, and then we head off about half an hour or so after we've all arrived. So where I'm going now is to get some fuel. I actually have a little cash for the expenses to cover my observer's fuel and so on, and I just probably would like a little bit more just to make sure everything's fine. So I have set the sat-nav to go to where I'm heading off to, Smith's Garden Centre, and I'm pretty much ignoring it because it wants to take me one particular route, and I couldn't be bothered to set it up with a waypoint to go past a petrol station. So the way it was going to take me was go past, well, pretty much no petrol stations, or only the ones that are the very most expensive, so didn't really want that. So yeah, it's actually now caught me. Good. And the only reason I'm doing it, I don't really want the sat-nav on, to be honest. It's a bit of a pain. I need to just turn the sound off, but I'll do that once I stop for petrol, I think. And I definitely don't want it on while we're riding. Well, it's a big distraction, to be honest. I've been doing a bit of prep for this ride today. Trying to improve my skills. Although I think the one thing I'm noticing more than anything is that it still feels a little bit learnt. It doesn't really come in a big beautiful flow. You know, like when you're just in the flow. A phrase I used to use with some friends when we were much younger. We used to play golf. We'd never had a lesson in our lives, but there were days when you just get on that golf course and everything would just work and you wouldn't really think about it. And there were other days when you had to think about every shot. And most of them you'd get reasonable, but you'd be concentrating so hard it wasn't as enjoyable as those days when you just do it and it worked. That said, what did I learn more from? Definitely learned more from the shots where you think you're doing it, you're conscious of everything you're doing, and it doesn't really work. And you think, well, what did I do wrong? And then you make a minor adjustment, maybe to your grip, or the direction of the club head, the face of the club, and suddenly you're back in the zone. One little tweak. So, it is true what they say. Failures are learning experiences. You've got to make sure you are resilient enough to get through the failures and know that actually as a result of them you'll improve. Just make sure none of them are disastrous. On a golf course, the worst that'll happen is you lose your ball, or if you get really mad you might throw your club somewhere, but you'll probably find that. On a bike it's a bit of a different matter. make a mistake on a bike could be fatal. So let's just be clear. Different order of magnitude, the risks. So down here, what kind of pressures are you feeling on a not very busy urban, semi-urban road? The pressure I feel are the cars behind. They always want to do a bit more than the speed limit, and there's a difference between a bit and a bit, I suppose, isn't there? For me, I'm happy 2 or 3 miles an hour over, not much more than that. Most people want to do 7, 8, 9, and then when you find those that want to do the 15 over, you know, you just get out their way. But yeah, it's the pressure of those behind you that want to do more than you want to do, and being confident that actually you're doing what you're doing properly and safely, and you can give them way if you want. Alright, I'm going to stop talking now and get some fuel. Okay, so back on the road, full tank of fuel now, learner in front, and a 20 mile an hour zone. So there is a learning centre around here somewhere, nearby I think. It's a test centre. Just waiting to go right here. Done on my checks. I thought I'd turn the sound off now on the sat nav. There's a good little test. It's actually not telling me where to go, thank goodness. But if I change, it gives me a little bleep. Change where it thinks it's where I'm going to go. Gives me a little bleep. So, keeping an eye out for learners around here. There's bound to be quite a lot of them. Is this my lane? Yeah, this is my road. So, around here, just driving quite naturally today at the moment, quite smoothly. We're going round there. You'd have thought maybe second might be a better choice, and I just chose to stay in third, knowing that this bike can deal with it. I didn't come to a stop, doing about 10 miles an hour as I went round the corner. And even now, it's holding me nicely under the speed limit, which is now 30. I should have mentioned a change. Over to the left for the right-hander, etc. Gonna probably have to stop here. This is a nasty little right turn. Yeah, and there's a van coming, so therefore it's definitely a stop. Only a short one. And we're off. Little series of curves here, quite nice to think about. What's my ETA? 824. That's pretty good. 824 is fine. What I haven't got is any extra cash, so that's a bit of a pain. I'll have to get some later. But I got my 20. I'm out wide for the left-hander, leaning into it. In close for the right-hander. Gravel. Leaning into it. Linking straight back out wide for the left-hander. Nice little bit of linking there, Mr. Scanlon. Now then, a quick look and off we go in a second. Almost naturally there, like I was talking about with the Golf earlier. Not particularly paying mind to the conscious nature of every little thing that needs to happen, just doing it. But reflecting on it, making sure I've done it, noticing when I haven't, and then going straight back into the mindset of being conscious again. So even though I'm not speaking every single thought, saying quite a few of them, and they're involving observation, and observation in the mirrors quite often. Rule of thumb, I think, is every 8 to 10 seconds. Just a glance. I don't really give myself any specific time estimate on that. I just kind of notice what I know, kind of know what 8 to 10 seconds feels like, I suppose, and I go based on the feeling. I'm also having a look down side roads for anything coming out fast. Might want to catch up. Powerful motorbikes, for example. It's a beautiful day. I've already met one biker at the petrol station, so there's going to be a few people out on the roads today. You're going to be anticipating some people might want to go a bit faster than I do. The other thing I'm trying to do more and more and more, and this is conscious at the moment, is looking into the longer distance, getting all my braking done and go. Accelerating out of the hazard, in this case a roundabout. Looking far into the distance. He's coming. Is he not coming? That was middle distance anyway. So me in the long distance, I'm seeing Belisha Beacon, zebra crossing, 5 or 6 cars up there. It's not particularly busy on the road yet. It's nice and early. It's only 10 past 8 Saturday morning. Going at the speed of the traffic, just a little bit beyond the speed limit at the moment. A few miles an hour. Roundabout. Getting all my braking done first. In a nice gear, quite a long way back, ready to stop, looking for signs it's safe to go, and just going through smoothly. Now coming up the high street, in a nice gear, flexible gear, pretty slow. It's a busy this is a busy high street, even though it's not busy right now, but it's generally busy, and there's still quite a lot of parked cars and traffic going up and down. So nice flexible gear, knowing I'm going to be turning right in a few seconds, observing the pedestrians crossing the road. Right, come across, knowing I'm probably going to have to stop, and I am certainly going to need to stop now. I'm in a good gear, I'm ready to go. Done my blind spot checks, jogger across the road. I'm on the left hand side of this right-hander. I'm going to link that, come out to the right-hand side of the left-hander, and then link that back straight again into the left-hand side of this right-hander until I can see. I'm looking into the far distance. Traffic's clear. I'm back on the right, going into the left. hander. I'm looking round the corner, through the corner, seeing the cars at the roundabouts, timing my... Not changing gear just yet. Braking, suitable gear, ready to go. Preparing to stop if need be. Off I went. Looking through the corner again. Now position 2 through the bollarded area, out to the right a little bit, to show myself, give information, take, use, give. I'm giving information, noticing the Arctic turning the corner, a heavy goods vehicle. I need to slow down. I'm not going to overtake him on the brow of a hill, there's no space to. I've slowed, through engine braking. Am I in appropriate gear? Yes I am. Now, having slowed. Got all my slowing done first. Speed before gear. Speed before gear. Information, position, speed, gear, acceleration. So now, I'm in a suitable gear to be following this heavy goods vehicle. It's flexible. I can accelerate if need be. Or if I get the opportunity, let's put it that way. Okay, car with his boots just flown open. Gonna go and sort that out, well done. It looks like he might be turning. Oh, his hazard lights are on. We'll go around. So, noticing the slow. Ready for the quicker. Now then. To the right, let's get over nice and early in a suitable gear already. Well, I'm going to need to change before I get there. Getting my braking done. Just a little show of the back brake light. Noticing what's going on. It looks like there's not going to be a chance to go. We're going to need to stop, so still braking. Suitable gear, foot down. Ready, go. Jogger. Saw him through the peripheral. Not a full observation, but a peripheral observation. Knew he was there. Knew I wasn't going to rush off because I'd probably go colliding straight into him if I'd done so. He was in my peripheral vision. Enough for me to know there was something coming and I needed to not just go off super smartly, but just give it a fraction of a second, let him cross. Noticing the pedestrians about to cross, but they're on the other side and there's a, I don't know what you call that, separation between the two carriageways. So, there you go. The separation between the two carriageways means I'm on a dual carriageway. It's a slow one, because I think the speed limit on here is 30. So it's a slow dual carriageway. Dual carriageways don't have to be fast. It just means you've got two actual roads separated, clearly separated, either by a barrier or whatever we call that thing in the middle that I've forgotten the name of. But you know what I mean. In this case, grass, trees, curbs. Noticing the parked car ahead. Observations are showing everything's clear behind. Shoulder check just to make sure. Just moving out past it and back in again. Now signalling to the left. Noticing the car behind going rather quick and the tractor coming up here. Brake, brake, brake. In a suitable gear, ready to go. Not going to make it. Car coming through. Now we're off. And the tractor's my friend today because the car behind me, wanting to zoom off way fast, one of those, what my instructor Andy would call a wanker. You do your wanker checks, is what he used to call one of the circumstances you do a blind spot check, is to look out for the wanker check. So there we go. He's just going to have to wait. And that's why I say the tractor's my friend. Because the tractor's big. Big, indicating its slowness with its hazard lights on. He's turning, so he'll be thinking, oh, but a chance to go in a second. Got my braking out of the way, suitable gear. Everything going a bit quicker at the moment in my head now. I'm keeping alert because I know that he wants to go. This white Mercedes behind me. But the car in front doing a nice pace. 28, 29, 30. Nice. Coming up to a big roundabout. That's exactly where we should be. Don't need to be rushing up to a big roundabout like this. We're all going right. He's no doubt going right. We're all going right. Braking, 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 braking. Suitable gear. Observing, observing, observing. Aware of my wanker. This is definitely a place for a wanker check. I've indicated all the way round. This is where he's going to come. I'm going to come out now. And he's behaved himself. Very good. We're down here into the speed zone. I'm not going onto the M40, but watch him go. Foot down. He's off. Like I said, a few bikers out on the roads today. I get a chance to pick up some speed now. Briefly. We're coming off here. Just the one junction. Looks like there's some instructors on that road. Presumably they are doing some advanced riders training because they're going on the motorway, so they must already have passed the test. Braking, 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 braking. And now an appropriate gear. I'm not sure if this is... no, it's not my friend Craig. So we're taking a left here, we're watching out, he's right behind, doing nicely. Everybody good. Away smoothly. Probably coming to the same place I am. .40 mile an hour limit, doing 40. It's quite nice. It's 8:21 and maybe just time to nip down the road, get some money and then come back. Let's have a little look. I don't know if there's a cash machine here or not. SO both sides. Having a little look. There is one. Is there one here? Yep, free cash. Good. I'll have some of that. Okay. We are here.